you go, sir. $400. Good gentleman. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello there, and welcome to episode 2 of Drinking with Class. I'm your party host, class consultant, and new best friend, Ryan Fogarty. Now, before we get started here in episode 2 of Drinking with Class, I'd like to introduce a brand new segment called Tweet of the Week. Take out my laptop here. Now, ever since we aired episode 1, our Twitter account has been bombarded with tweets saying, why should I pay attention to you? Why should I listen to your ways of opening a beer when if I'm at a party and I don't have a beer opener, I can just slam it on the closest table? I'm going to tell you why. If you're invited to a party, there's nothing unclassier than ruining people's furniture. So this week, I'm going to show you a brand new way to open up a beer. This time using, in my opinion, the greatest announcer of all time, good old JR Jim Ross. Now watch how this simple action figure is transformed into a beer opener. Cheers. For our next segment on Drinking with Class, it's going to be a segment that is going to be reoccurring. You're going to see it every week, and that is the Beer of the Week. Now before I spill any more beer, let me get this laptop out of the way. In our Beer of the Week for week 2 is our good friend, Bud Ice. Now a little backstory here for you on Bud Ice. After the first snowfall of every year when I was in college, me and my friends would go out and pick up a case of Bud Ice. And the reason for this is, in my opinion, it's the most bang for your buck. Now while regular beer such as Bud Light, Miller Lite, Busch Light is 4.2%, good old Bud Ice is 5.5. You can see that right up there. There we go. So that's why, for week 2, our Beer of the Week is Bud Ice. Now if you're saying to yourself, last week, Busch Light was the Beer of the Week, and it's also the beer that you used your new opening technique on. Well, the reason we're not doing that for Bud Ice, because I can just use my hand to open it. So cheers. And remember, if you're on Twitter, follow us at Drink with Class. If you have any suggestions for new segments, for ways to open a beer, or if you want to vote for the Beer of the Week, we look at them all. So please send them, and who knows, your tweet might end up on the next episode of Drink with Class. Cheers. And for our third and final segment, we're going to do a new segment, brand new. We're going to introduce it to you, and it's called Pairing a Beer with a Movie. Now, if you've ever gone out to a classy restaurant, I'm sure you'll see wine lists, buy bottles, buy glass. And if you go to the ultra classy restaurants, they even have certain bottles of wine, certain glasses of wine, that are paired with a nice steak or a nice veal. Well, here at Drinking with Class, we're going to put our own little spin on that. And we're going to pair a Beer of the Week, or any random beer, to a movie. Now this week, as I told you before, our beer is Bud Ice. And our movie is a classic, The Waterboy, starring Adam Sandler. Now for those of you not familiar with The Waterboy, it's about a college football hopeful from the bayous of Louisiana. And all he's wanted to do his whole life is be a water boy. And Henry Winkler gives Adam Sandler a chance at college football stardom. So this week's beer and movie pairing is good old Bud Ice and good old Waterboy. I won't stay wrong on this one. So this weekend, you're out with your friends, forget the party, all right? Get yourself a case of Bud Ice and enjoy the Waterboy. That'll do it for episode 2 of Drinking with Class. Thanks for tuning in as always. Before we end, I'd like to thank my guests, Bud Ice, Harpoon Oktoberfest, the Waterboy, and most importantly, good old JR. Send your suggestions to @DrinkWithClass for any segment. And remember, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I'm Ryan Fogarty. Stay classy.